Being a generalist versus being a specialist. It's a question that comes up a lot in my client conversations, because when we want to position ourselves, we want to position our business, being a generalist and being a specialist is a topic that often comes up with. And I wanted to bring this up this week because recently I was exactly talking about this topic. Actually, I was talking with a client which brought us on this topic, where she was telling me that she's like, I'd like to be like this person. Like, she knows she has like this really narrow niche expertise that she does, or this other person who has this market and attracts this type of client. She goes, I don't have that. And she goes, it's hard to do, my marketing and really like explain what I do. So there's a difference, first and foremost, between being a generalist and being a specialist, and we need both. Now, as humans, we often compare ourselves. Actually, we always compare ourselves. That's what we do. Consciously or unconsciously, we're always measuring ourselves with against other people. So I already did an episode on the curse of comparison. I'll put the link in the description below. Now, so we tend to compare ourselves. So she was comparing herself to somebody else who's not positioned the same way at all. And the reality is our clients need both. So when we talk about generalist, specialist, we often do a parallel between that and the medical field. So we have generalist doctors and we have specialists. The reality in business, it's the same thing. And the reality is we do need both. Clients need both. So let me give you an example. I'm not a specialist. I'm not an expert. I'm not a social media expert. I'm not a productivity expert. I'm not a human behavior expert. I'm not the one who does the research and everything. What I do as a generalist is my skill, my talent is to connect the dots for my clients and with my clients. So a client who we talk about their social media strategy of where should I go and what should I say, I'm able to connect that with their positioning, with their team structure, with their human behavior of how they're sabotaging themselves or what are their limiting beliefs, being able to connect the dot. So it's not rare that I have a conversation with a client that within, an hour we talked about limiting beliefs, their positioning, their mission in life. How is that going to reflect in the client experience that they offer and which social media platform or what business development strategy that they could put in place? I have the skill and the talent to connect all of these dots together. That is what a generalist does. And we've talked about in the past about humans are seeking simplicity. And every year there's a firm that does a research, and which is called the Simplicity Index, which demonstrated that people are willing to pay up to 6% more. Actually, it's on average 6% more to work with a business who it's simple to work with. And that is one of the key factor and the key selling point of a generalist. It's that simplicity, it's that go-to person, that quarterback, take the analogy that you want to take. But really what it translates to for the client, it's simplicity. So when for example, if I work with a client and we talk about their positioning strategy, we will talk about their mission. We will talk about who they want to help. How do they want to help? Way beyond the strategy or the solution that they will, at a whole different, deeper level. And I will connect that with the difference that they want to make. I will connect that with all the psychology, consumer behavior. I will connect that also as how do we position that now on your website. This is how we're going to structure your website. This is what we're going to say on your website. From there, I connect them with the copywriter that they need. I connect them with the social media strategist that they need. And sometimes I will connect them also with a life coach that they need that will help them with a specific area. And so I think we can stop really putting on a pedestal, ooh, it's all about specialists. There's a dire need of generalists, of being that person for the client. Being the person who brings in the right expert at the right time once the foundational work is done. And that is the key talent point of a generalist. So here's your mission this week. Simple. Ask yourself, am I a generalist or am I a specialist? And own it. Don't try to be the other one if you're not the other one. I love a lot of things. I love business. I love marketing. I love psychology. I love consumer behavior. My skill is to be able to connect all of these and bring point of view that my clients never thought about because I'm able to connect all of these things. So own it. And from there, look and really put pen to paper and say, okay, how is this an advantage for my clients? And how do I communicate this advantage to my clients? And you'll see that once we have the right message that is really aligned with who we are, then we see that so much more is possible. Thank you for being here week after week, and I will see you next Tuesday.